Alrighty. What is up, everybody? I think Cody's just a little on hiatus there.
No, I'm right here. I just got to be at work. I got to leave for work in about 35 minutes.
Oh, okay. No worries. Sorry, had a little bit of a late start here. Had to walk the dogs.
Cardano is going insane, and I want
Yeah,
to talk about that and specifically because we have the fear and greed at 80. We have coins like Cardano pumping up like 60% overnight. I do think with all this greed in the market and how things are going, we are due for a correction. Now, how big of a correction? I'm not thinking 75 to 100%, but I'm definitely thinking in the range of 25 to 50, 50 being the highest, 25 to 30 being the average of a correction that we're going to get. Now, we could 2024 unless, crypto doesn't follow the 4-year cycle and we don't follow history. 2024, I think it's about a 30-40% chance of this happening. Could be a bull run. But I think that's very unlikely, because history does repeat itself, and bull runs don't start on the halving year. They start a year to a year and a half after.
exactly. Well, before we really get into a lot of things, welcome in everybody. Shout out to Drinking Brewski. Love the name. Glad to have you in here, buddy. Welcome in. Good morning to you too, Live and Learn, another one of our great supporters and moderators. So as people file in here, just be patient with your questions. It is open forum, so we'll look up any particular crypto stocks, whatever you want. This is simply investing. What's in your portfolio? We're going to go over our gains and our losses in our portfolios, and kind of go where we're trading in the next what we're looking at to put more money into or take money out of, things like that. And we talk all things business, real estate, economy, whatever you guys like to talk about as well. So before we really get into, because Cody's got a lot to talk about ADA, but we're going to kind of briefly go over some of the great things. We're still at 1.64 trillion market cap. We're down to 47 billion in trading volume for crypto, and we're at 52.4% Bitcoin dominance, Ethereum dominance at 17.3%. And we got the greed and fear index at 80 right now. So it's looking like we're kind of having it's still in the relief rally, but it looks like some people are starting to take profits. And as Cody said, ADA is skyrocketing like crazy. We're up 50% on 7 days. And I'm going to click on it here. So you can see here on the month part, we're at 50, climbing up to 58% on there. So it's crazy, but I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to go over everything in there. But if you guys could like, subscribe, and give us a follow, because as always, all lives are sponsored by you guys, and we really appreciate you hitting that like button and helping us reach up more in the algorithm. And we got Crypto Dream in here today. Shout out to you too, buddy. Definitely glad to have you in here. One of our also great supporters. If you guys could also go to his channel, Crypto Dream, and on YouTube and TikTok, give him a like and subscribe there. Also, follow Cody Harris.eth on TikTok. Give him a follow there. Help try to grow each other's channels there. And thank you, Ryan Brubaker, for the follow. Really appreciate that. Shout out to, and good morning to you too, Ryan. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Chasing the bags and getting your investments up. And shout out to Live and Learn. Yeah, ADA has done very nicely, but I'm going to give the floor back to Cody there about ADA, because I've been following it. I know some of the things going on, and I can kind of.
First of all, Cardano and Polkadot, when it comes to the software development kit, Cardano and Polkadot are working together, so that's a good thing. Cardano is definitely a blue chip alt that you want to have. Do I have any Cardano? No, I haven't been buying any ADA, not because I don't like it, but because I've been filling up Quant and I've been filling up Polkadot. Those are my main two bags, for people who've been listening. A lot of people don't like CBDCs and, what Quant's trying to do, but overall, I mean, Quant isn't going anywhere. It's not going to fail. It's already been proven if you look at the 5-year chart on QNT that even though we are down somewhat from the all-time high and we are down from last year's high of 200 something dollars, because Quant did a 5x last year. Like if you would have bought Quant at $45, which was the low of 2022,
and you sold it in October, you would have made a 5x on quant even before a bull run. But if you look at the 5-year chart and you click log on quant, you'll see that it's a store. It's been a store of value asset regardless, especially to all those who bought before last bull run. Well, I know a lot of people don't like CBDCs, but quant overall is about bridging real world assets and interoperability. And that niche alone, which is why Polkadot's doing well too, because Polkadot's in that interoperability niche. You know, anything in that niche like Chainlink, Polkadot, Quant, Cardano, you know, those are going to do very well.
Oh yeah, and that niche right now is becoming very popular along with the gaming sector as well. We also got to pay attention to the gaming sector there, because it is definitely something I think we should watch too, because of the play to earn coming back, especially with inflation and people talking about not earning enough and things like that. It's definitely something we should definitely pay attention to, because I wanted to kind of bring up what was it, Matic here. Let me bring up Matic real quick, because I believe this is the one that Rockstar is going to choose for their play to earn token, because they're not going to make one from what the rumor mill is saying. They're not going to make their own token for
No,
GTA 6,
And it
but
wouldn't be beneficial. It wouldn't be beneficial for them to do it on the Ethereum platform. It would be beneficial for them to do it on Polygon. More beneficial. So I see why they choose Polygon.
yeah. So now this is just a rumor. It's just a rumor. So just bear in mind, keep that with a grain of salt. And it's just a rumor that we are looking at uh, Polygon for the play to earn aspect of GTA 6. Although keep in mind, they could completely scrap the idea for play to earn, because the GTA series does attract a lot younger audience. And if you're doing play to earn, that means you'd have to be 18 or older in a lot of states for that. Shout out to Reese. Good morning to you too, buddy. Another great supporter. Glad to have you back in here. And shout out to Reptile King. I'm so ready for GTA 6. Yeah, the trailer went live, what was it, a couple days ago, has over 110 million views so far. So it's crazy how quickly that spiked up there. So I have a feeling that's going to change the course of the crypto gaming, but they are going to, a lot of other gaming video game manufacturers are also looking into doing NFTs for, like, you get a collectible NFT for certain looks in your character, things like that. So those might make a comeback a little bit too, just to kind of keep that out there. But as far as gaming, my bet's on Polygon and the other one, Mana, right now, because I have a feeling these guys are gonna spike hard in the coming
You
year.
know, Polygon.
When we run.
I'm actually gonna add Polygon and Chainlink into my portfolio. Those are gonna be because I already have Quant and Polkadot. I just feel like Polygon and Chainlink would be two good ones to have in my portfolio.
Yeah, I think Chainlink should be on there regardless, because they're both doing the interoperability, as well as Chainlink is doing the, also focusing on DeFi as well, which is also making a comeback this time around with
A lot
people.
of people don't.
Shout out,
Oh, sorry.
no worries. Hold on one second, Cody. Shout out to Reese. That'd be so cool if Matic was on GTA 6. It would matter to Rockstar Games that the bull run is 2025. Yeah, exactly, because that's when GTA 6 is going to be launching. But go ahead, Cody. You're about to say something there.
A lot of people don't realize how big Chainlink actually is. Like, not even just price wise, but price wise, I see Chainlink doubling from last bull run's all time high. So last bull run's all time high was about 50-ish. I see Chainlink going to
Mhm.
100 plus next bull run. That's what I see. But a lot of people don't realize how monstrous Chainlink is. Like, you can make close to a 10x on Chainlink if you sell it, at all time high.
I mean, not at all time high.
Yes.
I mean, a double an all time high, $100.
Yes, it's Chainlink is definitely going to be a big player. It's already showing it. I mean, they're attracting more people to the platform. They're growing in developers. They're living true to their what their roadmap is. And if you've been watching their YouTube channel at Chainlink on YouTube, you'd see they got a lot of great things going on. So that's why the value is starting to come back in there as more and more people start to see the value, and there's less and less people holding it. I mean, if we pull it up on the order book here, let me pull up the order book for you real quick here, guys. Share this tab because you see here, there's like you can even see right away the buys are outpacing the sells. So I mean you're looking at 220, 230, 129, you're looking at 1855. There's a 220 there on sell kind of deal. 426, a lot of dust being bought. Looks like and then when you go on the sell side, same thing, a lot of dust, but there's not a lot of activity. And you can see here, even on the day chart, the last 2 days, people are topping off some profits. But for overall, it's just a lot of buying. Shout out to Crypto Angel. Good morning to you. Glad to have you in here. Hope you're having a great day so far. Hope all of you guys are having a great day. Shout out to Live and Learn. Yeah, Chainlink is a solid project. It is something that definitely I know Cody is looking into, and I definitely
I'm
have.
just not.
Shout out to no, go ahead, Cody.
I said, oh, I'm just not buying any chain link until I hit 100 quant. I'm at 75 quant right now, and I need 25 more quant, which is almost 3 grand. So once I hit 100 quant, that's when I'm going to focus on chain link, because my strategy is I have a set amount of something that I want, and I won't buy another coin until I hit the set amount that I want.
Yeah, and I think Cody is what like the other day you were like up what two on the day.
I was up $2,000 just on the day on the other day, just from holding quant and Polkadot and so a little bit of link.
Yeah, but let me show you guys here too. Just to show you here because it's like we got tokens like this one. Like I want to share here because you know every blue chip token is up like 60, but between 40 and 60%, and we have Hex here down about 40% on the month, and it's not having the same. And it's
Yeah, I
eight down
remember
82% on the year. Wow, that's
I
quite a bit.
remember when these Hexicans, they're quiet now, which they should be, and it's hilarious. But I remember when these Hexicans would join the stream and try to argue with me and Sal about how it's not a scam, about how we don't do enough research, how we're stupid, and and they're reaping what they're sowed. They're yeah, they're reaping sowed. It's already down 40% for the month.
Yeah, we're looking at an 80%, 82% down, and over. Like even if you look at since it's been launched, it's up significantly, but ever since like it got taken advantage of during the bull run and just went downhill, and it's in a downward trajectory, whereas everything else is going up.
I feel
So
sorry for
while
the people still buying.
yes, I would not recommend getting into a token that's down 82% on the year, and it looks like it has heavy manipulation in the beginning part of this year. So I just be wary about this. Like tokens like this are going to be around where people are taking heavy, are manipulating them heavy, and there's a lot of people hoping for a moonshot that will most likely never happen. But shout out to Floyd Trading, Navita. Your thoughts on Navita? Overall, I think Navita is good long term. Let me pull that up on the stock here. That on the stock ticker here. No, I don't want more notifications. Navita. Where are you, Navita? Oh, I forgot the I. That's why. There we go. Couldn't remember what the symbols. Right now, I think Navita is overpriced. way overpriced. So let's take a look at the 3-year chart here. 'Cause I think there's a lot of hype with Nvidia being involved in AI development. And right now, everything's really just an AI bubble right now. So it's about ready to pop at any given moment. And looking into the AI technology, it's not as sophisticated as people are making it out. Like it can make a good synopsis of a paragraph, trading, things like that, but it can't make a good, like, it's not going to do like the Terminator level stuff. We're probably a couple hundred years away from even getting to that level. But right now, Nvidia is a good company. It's just that it's been overvalued and hyped up by a lot of retail investors just because of AI, and people keep buying into it right now. My recommendation is my price target for it is about $100 to $110. I think it's going to correct back down to there, and then that'd probably be a good time to start going in there. But it also is a good target for a well placed short. But right now is not the time to short it because it still has like a insane amount of volume from retail investors, and that's what keeps propping it up right now. So, but it's not, to me, the company is not at the value it is right now. I value the company at 1/4 of what it is right now. I hope that helps, Floyd, trading, because I'm not really strong on a lot of these AI stocks. They're just overhyped right now. Glad to see everybody in here, and keep in mind, guys, this is open forum. I'll try to get to everybody's questions. Let me switch over to the larger screen. So I'm getting old here. Um, there we go. Okay, shout out to Reese. I lost so much money on Hex. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy, but you're looking, if you've been DCAing in other projects over the last couple years, you probably will make your money back in this next bull run. I just hope you didn't try to moonshot Hex. So
Yeah, I really feel
you'll
for these
recover
people
from it.
that it's like Freedom Fighter and who was it? Freedom Fighter and NG Dubs. They would just argue back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, dude, you know yourself that this project is iffy. Why are you trying to convince other people to join your misery? Because misery loves company. But it's like
Oh, absolutely.
it doesn't take even a smart investor to know that Richard Hart and Hex is just a waste. It's just a waste. All of it is. Richard Hart doesn't even have as much money as he say he does. Like he's faking every bit of it. I guarantee you, he's on the verge of going broke. Guarantee you. I don't even think he has what did they say his net worth was? 500 million, millions. I don't He does not have millions of dollars. He
The
does
height,
not. I'm
the
sorry.
highest I've heard him say was on, I think, the Fresh and Fit podcast. Well, of course, shout out to Fresh and Fit podcast. Don't want to we don't want to not shout out anyone else that we get information from, but on there he said he had a 1.3 billion dollar net worth,
No.
and I
He
just
doesn't
don't
even
I don't see that happening with
he
him.
he'd be lucky to have 1 or 2 million. I don't think he has anything over that. And I'm not being a hater. I just see past things for what they are. He does not have millions of dollars.
Yeah, I think he made a lot off of the Hex, off of building Hex, and then he used it to do, because he went lavishly spending. But now that all the money is sucked out of the market, the advertising revenue from Google or from YouTube went down tremendously. So a lot of these guys are not making as much money anymore. So that's why they're starting to preach a humble lifestyle now, because they got to give back all these high-end cars that they got off of secondhand leases, which is a terrible way to get an exotic luxury car like a Lamborghini or a Rolls Royce, because it usually means you can't get it. It usually means the direct dealer won't sell to you, or you won't be able to finance through traditional means. So what they do is they get someone that can finance, and then they like triple volumes lease it out. That's why you got these guys saying like they're getting Huracán for like, I think, what was it, like $8,000 a month, and it's like, look, we can go right down to the Lamborghini dealership, and you can get one for 17.99 on a lease directly from the dealer if you're on good term. If you're you got your credit in the right spaces and everything else like that.
Yeah, and
Uh,
and like too,
no, go ahead, Cody. I'm sorry.
like this might be a little off topic, but I've noticed it's like I would see comment on the internet talking about like inflation and like, oh, like people flex $20,000, and this ain't even just about me. Like I've seen it on other posts. Like somebody would be happy about a savings goal they hit. They'd post about it, and other people would be like, "That's not much money nowadays," or like with inflation. And it's like I guarantee you, most of these people they don't even have investments. They don't have thousands of dollars saved up. They don't have that any of that yet. They're talking down on like other people investing like $10,000 to $20,000 in crypto.
Exactly. Exactly. Shout out to Crypto Angel. Check out Avalanche. Also got in at $6. Oh, then you're making some bank right now off of that. I would recommend cashing out some profits. Um, I'm not a naysayer against Avalanche. I just don't like that. It feels like to me it's being manipulated a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just never really a fan of Avalanche. Like I did a lot of research on it. It is EVM compatible, but there's just a lot of. I'm pretty sure some of the founders left, and it isn't my cup of tea. Like you can make money on Avalanche. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's a scam, like how Hex is, because Hex is a blatant scam. Avalanche, not so much. It's just that Avalanche isn't my cup of tea. Like I'd rather invest in like, for example, Polkadot, Quant, um, Chainlink, a little bit of Cardano, stuff like that. But like Avalanche, just you can make money on it. It's just not my.
Yeah, it's like I said, there's nothing wrong with the project itself. Everything about that is sound. The problem is with there's leftover like crypto traders that have lost money from the bull run because I think it was what during the bull run, yeah, it was ridiculously high, and I think they were coming in the beginning of 2020 or 2022, and then they just got wrecked there as it went down
A lot of
to the
people are trying to make
20s
their
and the
money
teens.
back.
Yeah. So be careful because those guys will make their money back, by any means necessary. And if it means destroying you guys in the process, they will without a doubt destroy you guys in the process. It is crazy what these guys will do to manipulate the market to their favor. And right now, both the SEC and the FBI don't really have enough agents to really spot the boiler room tactics that these guys are doing to artificially inflate the cryptos that they're picking. So just be very careful about that because I think it was maybe like July or maybe August. Cody and I were talking about we found like a bunch of like 1 cent or like 1,000 of a cent transactions of just
Yeah, and it was
like
nonstop. It
fake
wasn't just
buying.
a few. Like I remember at the beginning of this year, like it was about February or March of this year. I was looking at the AVAX blockchain scan and seeing how many transactions there were. And I would stay on that page for about 20 minutes. And the whole 20 minutes I was sitting on there, most of the transactions were artificial transactions or like zero AVAX, zero AVAX, zero AVAX. And it was just like a bunch of artificial transactions. I didn't really see that on like Polkadot or anything else like that.
Okay, well, speaking of freedom fighters in here, so shout out to you, buddy, too. Um, I see here, yes, head cornerstone Hex really been down 90%. Um, head cornerstone, wow, he does not like Hex. It's a Ponzi, is a Ponzi. um,
It is. He's not lying. I've been trying to tell people that, but they want to lose 40 to 80% of their value.
I mean, I forget what it was called, but there's an actual psychological term for people when you invest in because like it came
Sunken
about
cost
with
fallacy.
I think so. Or it came about when people in Bernie Madoff when it was determined that he was a fraud, and but for so long people believed it, and they were so into what it was. They're like, no, they're going to get my money back. It's like, you guys are messing it. They were mad at the authorities for messing up everything. Shout out to Boom NAV. I get. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I get that your username wrong. I try my best to get everyone's tags right. But what about Luna and USTC? I'm not a big fan of Luna.
Those
You know what? There was nothing wrong with Luna itself. It was just that, unfortunately, it got attacked by SBF. So, and the founder of Luna and that whole ecosystem was desperately trying to save it. And they're doing all the worst things that you could possibly do. But unfortunately, it's I don't know how to say this. I just don't think it's coming back. It's gone too far. It's in the crypto graveyard, and we need to just let it kind of pass away with some dignity.
exactly. And I want to say, like, the people who are investing in like Luna or like these dog shit meme coins, it's like I get the mentality of it. Like they're focused on making a large return and all that. I get it. But I just don't think it's gonna work out the way a lot of these people think it's gonna work out. Like, it's crazy because a lot of people don't want to buy projects like Polkadot, Chainlink,
Mhm.
Quant, and it's like, why? Like, it bothers me that there's like so many valuable projects out there, but these people are chasing these shitty moonshots that they think will make them an overnight millionaire or like some crazy stuff, or they're gonna hit 1,000% gain overnight. Like, it's crazy to me.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't think Terra is going to make a comeback. I think at this point, it's now just a meme. I mean, it's if you really look at it, it's down 99.9999%. Like, and it's just going that. Granted, it's up with the momentum of the market, but that's probably because of just the community, and it's now really a meme based token rather than having some actual functionality that it did 2 years ago. And it doesn't bode well for the token that Quan was arrested and prosecuted for financial fraud and everything. So, I just don't see it making a comeback. Um, I think this was probably when we were talking about Navita. Uh, yes, that's what I was talking about. Navita. I may be saying it wrong, but yeah,
It's
I would just hold
Nvidia.
off. Nvidia.
Yep.
Okay, Nvidia. Nvidia is just one I just hold off on holding this. Right now it's just way, 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 way too high. Like $474 a share. In my thinking, it should be right around $118 is where my price target is. So, but it is something I am watching because it is an opportunity for a good shortfall. And then just like with Coinbase, you short the stock, you get the stock, and then just hold it because it's gonna get the value back in the future. So that's what I kind of anticipate with Navita. But right now, definitely don't put your money into it just yet. Shout out to Crypto Angel. Truly believe in Avalanche and still buying Avalanche and Chain Link. Um, as it depends on where you think your price target is going to be. My thing though is I'm not really paying attention to Avalanche. So if you've got in at 5 and it's now you 6x your money, I would take the profits and start looking for another area where I can grow that money. Um, Chainlink, you'd be waiting a little longer with the bull run, but I'd probably pick Dot with the profits from Avalanche because you definitely are going to.
Polkadot's just too huge, man. I've been talking about Polkadot on the stream for ever since we started the stream. But a lot of people don't realize how big Polka Dot is either. It goes to show a lot of people did not watch Polka Dot Decoded 2023, because if you watched Polka Dot Decoded 2023 like I did, you would understand why I'm so bullish on it. Like Gavin Wood, the gaming, like they talked more about just like the functionality of Polka Dot. They talked more about gaming within Polka Dot too, like how gaming is going to be mythical games even left Ethereum for Polka Dot. The more parachains on the network, Polkadot is eventually going to hit 100,000 to 1 million transactions per second. It's going to eventually hit that.
Oh, it certainly will. No doubt on that. There, it's. I mean, Polkadot's grown. Polkadot's one of the first cryptos that Cody made me take a look at when we had that trip 2 years ago, and Cody's been holding it for I guess over 3 years now.
Almost three
And
years. I have
almost 3 years.
a thousand Polkadot pretty much.
And keep in mind, he's been buying since it was what, like
$30.
in $30, yeah, $30-$35 range. So
And my average
it's
cost is now $6.
yeah, because if you've been buying in the last 2 years, especially 2022 seemed to be the best year to buy because those prices were lower than it is now. I mean, you've already made money from last year to now. So just keep that in mind as you guys are dollar cost averaging in across these projects. Um, no, shout out to Freedom Fighter. Glad to have you in here. Uh, how would he not have millions when he retired a millionaire in 2003 and mined Bitcoin at 30 cents?
I did.
That I
He
can't.
might be a single digit millionaire, but I don't think he has the millions that he said he does. And the fact that you're still talking about Richard Hart when Hex is down 80%, like, I mean, you're stuck in a delusion, dude. Like I can't help somebody like you. I can't.
That's the thing about that Freedom Fighter is it's hard to disprove that he mined Bitcoin at 30 cents at this point because it's so far long ago and most of us don't have the knowledge to really dig up the records to see if he did do that. Retired as a millionaire, it's hard, that's also hard to say too, because the only company when we did this in September, I think it was, we looked up. I actually used my background check software and we looked up Richard Hart. I found him. I found everything corresponding to him, and the only thing I could see that he had was part ownership with his dad, and I think he took over full ownership of an HVAC company, and it was just an HVAC repair company, and it it didn't show that he was making that much money off of it. I mean, he could retire a millionaire, but and worth maybe sold the business for 1.5, 2 million, maybe 3, but it's not enough that to go and buy like a $10 million mansion, um a Lamborghini, all the Lamborghini, like the Lamborghini. He had like 6 cars at one point, so it's just the money's got to come from somewhere. And since he has direct access to the burn wallet, that it's kind of skeptical there, and he can blacklist whoever he wants, wherever who he dislikes. There's a lot of common similarities between Richard Hart and BitBoy, so that's why I say I just can't invest in
He's.
that.
You don't even have to really study psychology to know that he's a narcissist, because he is. And I just can't put up with narcissistic people. I don't like being around them. I don't like listening to him. Like he just reminds me of like a grown baby wearing diapers. I mean, his Twitter is just like it's almost like schizophrenic in itself. Like look at his Twitter. Like he's still raving on about how Hex is so great. If it's so great, why can't it move with the fucking market? Why is every blue chip altcoin you can think of up, but Hex is down 40%? You know why it's down 40 to 60 to 80% on the month? It's because there's a lot of people taking liquidity from it that are inside the project. Like I just can't argue with people who are advocates on Hex. I don't want to. It's like you can't save those people. We could be in a whole bull run in 2025. Hex is still at the same price it is now. Bitcoin's at 150,000, and they're still going to talk about Hex. Like, you know why? Because they're relying on new people to come into the market. so they could dump their liquidity, their shitty hex tokens on these new 18, 19-year-old kids, because that's who buys hex. Vulnerable 18, 19-year-old kids. It's not men in their
Okay.
30s.
Yeah, but give me a second real quick, Cody, because he said you missed. Freedom Fire says you missed his mortgage SEO business. That wasn't registered to him. There was nothing registered. And in order to have a mortgage securities business, because I did subprime mortgage lending as a business, and I had to get 20 other partners in because I had to get about $100 million worth of collateral that we had to then deposit into the central bank, and there would be a definite record of that. And also with that, you have to have a phenomenal financial record because they won't just let anybody run get that license, and you need to have uh, the series 253 license to be able to own and operate a mortgage company as well as any financial institution. And then you definitely need your series 7 because you're selling those mortgages as securities to other banks, so you definitely need that. And he doesn't have any of those securities because those are tied to your person, not tied to a company. Like you can't, like, you don't ever lose record of having those. Like, it might say inactive that if you didn't do like the training, because there is yearly necessary training that you have to do for those licenses, but they're still like my series 7 is still on my person. You go look up on, go to anywhere, look up my name, look up the file, and you'll see it right there, along with any other licenses. Like if you got a CDL, electrician's license, plumber license, those are all attached to person, and those don't come up in anywhere in all 50 states. So I can't say that he did or didn't. Maybe he worked at a mortgage company, and you can work at a mortgage company and not have a license to do so, because there's a lot of jobs in that area that you can do. But um, I just don't. I just can't find it. So I don't know. I gotta find some more, because looking up his things, I found everything. I found everything that came up about him, and nothing about what he talked about. And even because I've watched a lot of his videos, but I haven't watched all the way in the back, in the beyond that. But so I haven't heard him even state that towards the end. His most recent videos, everyone is like everyone else. They're kind of going back because they're like saying, oh, being more humble, not flexing as much stuff, and that's because they just don't have those things anymore. And it's just weird that it is like that. Shout out to Bulldog. Well, glad to have you in here. Doesn't matter whether you have a same or dissenting opinion. We're glad to have everybody in here. You think people are going to dump money on meme coins in the bull run and not on Hex? Richard Hart is being sued, but if nothing has been established before the bull run, Hex will pump, no matter how shitty it is. No, you are correct. People will still put money in everything, hoping for a moonshot, and there will be a whole new wave of retail investors that will probably invest in a lot of meme coins as well as Hex and things like
I'd
that.
say somebody in the age range of 18 to 20 would buy into hex.
Yep, and who said it here? Shout out to Reese. He said exactly. I was 19 when I bought Hex in 2021.
Yep.
Um,
It's that age range because you're fresh out of high school and you follow somebody like Richard Hart and he seems like he knows everything.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Glover. Welcome in. Sorry, I missed your comment there. I'm trying to get everybody. Dot and Ada is good, but if you add up how much you have to put in to make 1 million, it's a lot. That really is what it's like in every investment. Like you're not going to put $1,000 into any investment and make $1 million. Like that most likely won't happen. What's most likely going to happen, especially if you're young and you're just starting out, you'll probably be able to work and scrimp up to about 50,000 invested. The economy will turn around. You'll have a good return, and you might make a couple $100,000, and then you'll repeat the process 2 or 3 more times in your life in your life until you're about 35, 40, and then you'll start having a higher net worth portfolio. It's you're not going to moonshot it off of putting in a little bit of money and then growing it. But as far as giving you a stable return, the the lower the return rate, the more stable the investment is. The higher it is, the more likely it's going to go to zero than it is that you're going to make the money off of. So that's why hedge funds make a little bit more money, is because they just have more money to work with. So when they invest in something, they'll pile in a lot more into it. I think we're getting to the point Cody has to run, but I'll try to keep up on I'll try to keep up on you guys, but investing in penny stocks is not exactly what I would say, or any crypto that's under uh, a cent going to make you money. Even some of the ones like H bar that I like, I don't necessarily think that they're going to, like, I'm not saying you're going to make like $1 million. Like, we're not going to make $1 million on the next bull run. Most likely, if you put 15,000 into H bar, you'll probably come back with about 45 or 60. And I would recommend that you cash out and diversify those holdings for you guys. Shout out to Rod. You guys are so lucky getting rich young. I wish I had cryptocurrencies in the 1995 and 2000s. Well, there's a lot working on there. It's just a lot of people it wasn't on anyone's radar until 2008 happened. Then people were looking for alternative investments. But I mean, whenever the opportunity happens, you just have to hope that you're in the right space at the right time to take advantage of the good opportunities that come your way. And shout out to Glover. Exactly, dollar cost average whenever you can. Either way, crypto will level you up for sure. That's a very true statement. And there was someone in here. Shout out to Memos Rocks. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. And shout out to Headstone. I do a Head Cornerstone. I see all your comments in there. Definitely appreciate yours supporting in here. All markets will go lower. They're going to hold interest rates higher for longer. No brainer. Yeah, that is true. I think they're going to raise them again after they start lowering them again, because they're trying to kind of balance the scales there and try to keep the economy going forward. Shout out to Reese. How do you short? I never shorted anything. Well, you have to place a short through. I wouldn't recommend. I don't know how you do it with crypto, because I never done it really with crypto. There are some places that you can do it. I wouldn't recommend it on crypto because it's way too volatile. But you can short on stocks. You have to get a kind of a more pro trading platform. A lot of the basic ones like Scottrade or something like that, they won't give it to you in the basic ones. But I know Robinhood is a good way that you can do it, and you can do it with less money, so you can really figure out the system for you there. If you're not paying attention to AVAX, you're definitely not paying attention to the gaming narrative. Are watching the whole thing. It's just that I feel like AVAX is being manipulated by some people who were big whales in it, who lost a lot of money and are trying to get their money back off of it. So I'm just saying, just be leery of it, because it could dump at any time when those people decide they have to cash out. I think I'm caught up for most of the comments there. Let me see here. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we're all caught up for you guys. Definitely appreciate you guys joining in. If you guys can hit that like button, definitely really appreciate it. Hey, shout out to Live and Learn. Thanks for spotting the live. Shout out to Reese. Do you see XRP got delisted again? I did not see that, because it's still on crypto.com. Actually, I could check real quick right here. let's see where it's at, because I think it's still on there. It might have gotten delisted from some random exchanges, but the main ones, it's still on there. Yeah, it's on Coinbase, Binance, Crypto.com, uh, Kraken, uh, Bitfinex, Bitstamp. Let's see here, KuCoin. You could buy it on. I'm pretty sure you can get it off of. It's still on Uphold and things like that. Uh, uh, so I don't XRP should. I mean, they finalized it that the SEC is not going to be bothering XRP anymore, so it shouldn't be delisted anywhere else. So I'll have to do some research on that, Reese. Shout out to Bulldog. Where's my comment? I don't know. You the moderators might have blocked it, or TikTok itself. If you guys curse too much in there, it blocks it out. It will deal it, or if you say anything against their terms of services, it'll block out your comments. So, but what's your crypto what crypto do you see making the biggest gains in 2025? Um, that's a that's a good question, because I have Quant at like but it's only a 15x. But if you're looking at, I'm think going from 100 to 1500, that's quite a bit of money. But if you're talking about overall value, you're probably looking at H bar and Caspa, some of those lower capped blue chip stocks that can really make a good return on there. But if there's any that's really, if you're going to make a lottery bet, it's probably going to be that damn Pepe coin, because it's got so many people know it, and a lot of retail investors are going to invest into it. So it's just going to skyrocket. But as far as the best stable value, probably Quant's probably going to be the best return on investment. The most unstable growth will probably be just pick one of the meme coins, and they'll probably go up. The crypto that I hold is Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Dot, Quant, AdShare, Link, Litecoin, HBAR, Sol, CAS, and of course Pi token, which it's not public, but I've been mining it for the last 3 years for you. I think I got okay. Yeah, I think I got that for you. There, crypto. But glad to have you in there, buddy. Thanks for joining in. Sometimes, yeah, literally, sometimes comments pop up for some people on one end and not the others for others. It's the app. Yeah, and sometimes you got to remember there's millions of people on this app, and the software is doing its best. Um, yeah, shout out to Crypto Caddy. Didn't even see you in there. Thanks for joining in. But yeah, that's one of the ones too that Quant is definitely one of my favorites too. Definitely a good thing to hold, and definitely for a long term, because I'm thinking Quant's going to be here for a while, especially if J.P. Morgan, the financier of the Rothschilds, is in it. It's probably going to be here for a while. Shout out to Crypto. Thank God these guys are ISO crypto. Most people are shitcoin holders. Have you all heard of SHX Stronghold token? No, I haven't. We can definitely take a look into that one. Oh, come on. And while I'm pulling that up, shout out to Reese. I mine Pi as well, past 3 years too. Yeah, I mean it doesn't hurt to mine it. So my thing is just to do it. I know my brother's been mining it for a long time, but right now the value of it's like hovering between $38. So, and if you're mining it, you're getting like a 1.5 per day. So if you can get up to, I think if you can get up to 10 friends mining it, you can get like up to 3 or 4 per day. So it's definitely something to get into. Shout out to Crypto Angel, Algo, HBAR, XDC. Shout out to Bulldog. I'm saying 50x to 100x. Oh, That one I don't have. I don't have a good pick on that because I don't. I focus on. I only focus on getting maybe like a 2 or 3x. If I get a 10x, it's great. It's phenomenal. But that's also because my experience with trading is based off of trading stocks, and you're never going to get 100x off a stock unless if you've been in the company since its founding days. Uh, Shout out to uh, Bahai. I think I got that name right, but thanks for the follow. Really appreciate you joining in. Let's take a look at this one, Stronghold tokens, and shout out to Wally. Welcome in. Glad to have you in here. We'll take a look at Myro in a second, and shout out to Crypto. Thanks for the follow too. Really appreciate that. Shout out to Learn. I didn't know you did mining. Just the Pi token, just the Pi token there. So let's take a look at the Stronghold token. SHX is the ticker symbol. Let's take a look at it. Kind of launched this year, had a run up launched in the beginning of 2020, and followed the bull market, went back down 74% overall. But you got a lot of people here saying they're bullish on it. So let's take a look at it. What is this? What is the news? No news. Okay. What is it about? Stronghold's mission is to provide fast, secure, and accessible financial services for all. Through our developer APIs, we're able to access the legacy and next generation payments and financial services. I'm guessing they're bringing DeFi. We're going to have to take a look at their website. Or no, I'm sorry, their white paper. They have their white paper here. Oh, okay. I see. You got to give the email. Let's see if we can go. Here. Okay. Let's do one of those. Let's continue on that. Okay, let's share this. Accept all. Okay. Trying to find where. Oh, I didn't. Ripple is a strategic investor in it. I just don't know. I'm gonna have to read the white paper for you guys. Because I get what their premise is, which is building a strong financial network that everybody can access. So it sounds good in premise. I mean, the value is just way down there. Let's take a look. What are the token economics on this sucker? So you have 100 billion of the token, 99 billion in circulation. Market cap of only. Okay. So man, so this could probably hit the same price as XRP. Because I think it hit a high of 3 cents. Let's see here. Where's the all-time high after this one? Oh, 0.059 cents. So yeah, I could see that getting into the things. I'll have to really look at it to give you guys a good or a better gem. That's another good one that I can do a long-term look into. But thank you guys. Definitely really appreciate that one. But so far, I like what I hear about it. I'll just have to do a deep dive to really see if it's something to get involved in. But given that Ripple, IBM, and a few other good projects are involved in it, it's definitely a good place to look, in my opinion. Definitely something to have a side bet on. Definitely. However, I wouldn't sell all Bitcoin to get this. I wouldn't try to moonshot it, but I would start putting some into there. Let's take a look at Myro. So Pulling up Myro here. So it's only been out for, I guess, since November of this year. Doesn't really have a great institutional rating. It's down. It just recently hit its all-time high. Let's see what this token's about too. Myro. Come on. Oh, is that all it is? Just a meme token? Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, the only way it's going to do well is just market hype. So yeah, it looks like it's a meme token. So you know how I feel about meme tokens. It's a lottery bet. Only put what you're going to put on a lottery ticket and move on. If you're going to get into it at all, yeah, because it looks like it's just a meme token there. Check out Velo. Is that a crypto angel, or is that a stock? I'm thinking it's a crypto. Let's take a look at there. I have two. Is it Velodrome Finance? Um, or is it just Velo? Okay, Velo. Velo. Okay, gotcha. It's that. Yep, I got it here. Oof, looks like it's in the crypto graveyard. Dang, man. Well, there's not a lot of people watching this token anymore, that's for sure. And it looks like we're down in the crypto graveyard at 99% down from all-time high. Is building a unique federated credit exchange network and the Vero protocol, blockchain financial. I think they had a good idea, but it doesn't look like they even executed on it. Just saying, yeah. Sleeping Giant partners with Visa. It's like it would need a lot to push the momentum back. Even the trade volume is down significantly on it too. So it doesn't look like, and it looks like people are selling this token off there. Shout out to Reese, thoughts on Citius Heroes. Calvin Hill was talking about it a lot his past couple lives. I don't know. I haven't heard about it. I honestly couldn't say. Like, there's a lot of crypto related projects that I that I missed because there's just so much of them out there. And I remember there are over 2 million cryptos out there right now, so it's hard to get to know any of them. But I'd have to look at it. But usually, if influencers just showing them, I'm probably gonna lose my interest in investing in it. Shout out to Live and Learn. Any thoughts on who Apple will partner with after Goldman Sachs? I was reading maybe Amex partner. Um, that's probably going to partner with Amex. Amex needs to reach more clients, and probably a partnership with Apple is more beneficial to Amex than it is to Apple at this point. Because Apple kind of brings the life to the party right now. So anyone who partners with Apple is probably going to benefit more than Apple will benefit out of any partnership. But I think was it Goldman Sachs that was backing their credit card, the Apple credit card. I'm not sure. The, Shout out to Reese, the Ichi chart was looking pretty good on Sidious. It could be just not one of the bets I would make right now. So, okay, yeah, then Amex is definitely going to be probably better. It will actually be better for Apple users because usually when you have one Amex product, the American Express will give their clients another one. So I think it'll be good. It'll still be good for Amex, but it'll also be good for those all the will be good for their clients as well, their customers as well there. Plus, it'll probably give their Apple credit card a little bit better of a rating. Shout out to Crypto Angel, all blue chip tokens and some low cap stocks. Yeah, and shout out to Lim Learn. Amex is very picky about credit and who they give it to. I think it's a nice partnership if it happens. Yeah, that it's very true. It's going to be a nice partnership for both Apple's customers and for Amex. Not so much Apple, but it will allow them because typically Amex holders can have more buying power because they tend to be a little bit more on the wealthier side, better credit, better financial status, things like that. So, and they'll of course buy the higher end products. So, and usually Amex cards get approved, like they get approved for much higher limits, like 12, $15,000 is like the normal low cap cards, like like Amex Blue and things like that. So that probably means the average dollar per ticket that Apple will have will go up, which means, of course, their revenue will go up, and of course, their stock will go up. And but that will take probably about a year and a half to really work itself into the price of Apple. So, and Apple right now, let's take a quick look at Apple real quick here. And we're at 195.84 on the futures right now. So that could probably push it up to the 250 range, but it's also been almost 10 it's been 10 years since their last stock split, so they might have another stock split soon. But we're also only like a quarter of where they were when they had that stock split too. But I think that'd be a good thing for Apple with Amex partnership down the road. Their average, I think the average Apple user has at least three products. Doesn't matter what combination it is, but they almost always have phone, tablet, and laptop. So if you're looking at someone upgrade, because Apple client people like to upgrade religiously. It's like a religious event for them just to keep upgrading their devices. So that means they can upgrade having the Amex back the credit card and getting approved for higher spending limits means they're probably going to buy more. Like instead of just getting the phone and the tablet, they'll probably get the phone, tablet, laptop, or desktop and Apple Watch, things like that. So like the future of Apple is looking really, really good. And if we look at the 1 year chart here, we're just on a steady upward trend. I mean, if you look at the 3 year chart, it has rebounded from the highs of 2021 and the pandemic, and it's just been growing rapidly ever since. So it's definitely a good pick to get into. Plus, they pay a nice dividend, so you can use that dividend to reinvest back into the stock, or like I would do, is have it put aside so that way you can invest in other projects, other companies that you want to invest that into. But with that said, we've been on for an hour. I do have to get going in a little bit for you guys. So, because today is Sunday, got a lot of stuff I got to do for my moving company. So, with that being said, though, thank you guys for joining in. I think we had a record number of people in here today on all channels. Even had a few people on Twitch side, which really, really like that. Yeah, we hit 7K likes. Maybe next time we'll hit the record. I think the record we had was 21K likes, but I think Cody and I were just on a wildfire there that time. But we really appreciate you guys joining in. We appreciate all your guys' support. Like and subscribe. If you want to get the newsletter, definitely all you got to do is just subscribe to the Patreon and you get access to the newsletter and the Discord, as well as if you want to become a supporter, you can join there and get access to more exclusive content because there are some Patreon only videos. And every Thursday we have a Patreon only live as well. But do check us out tomorrow morning because we will have our morning market news at 9 a.m. every Monday through Friday. We also have our Money Mondays stream at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Then we'll have our scams catch the scammers stream on Wednesday. Yes, Reese, it is 9 a.m. Central Time. I'm sorry. Everything I'm saying is 9 a.m. Central Time. So if you're on the East Coast, we're an hour behind. So it'll be 10 for you guys, or might be 8 or 7 for you guys on the West Coast there. And you're welcome, Crypto Angel. Happy Sunday to you too. And shout out to user 9697. Thanks for the follow. And if you guys want to catch any of the replays of the lives, the link is in my bio on that little camera. You can go to YouTube, takes you right over to our YouTube page, and you can check out all the replays of all the lives and all the videos that post on there. So with that said, guys, thanks for all your support. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for following and subscribing, because as always, these lives are sponsored by you guys hitting that like and subscribe button. So really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hope you guys have a great Sunday. And as always, make sure that you invest with confidence. Do your own research. Don't moonshot your life savings into degenerate investments. Make sure you're only investing in things you truly understand, and you understand how the project or the company makes money and how it's going to benefit everybody and yourself in the future. So with that said, guys, thank you. Have a great Sunday. Hope you guys have a great week. Go chase that bag, and definitely stay safe out there, because it is crazy. And remember, when times get tough, scammers get hard. So